have to master all of this. And I promise you, I have spent more thousands than I can tell you for Mike Ferry to have taught me this. But then I've made it back umpteen times, because once you master it, it's in you. It gets in you so badly that my kids would say to me, Ma, can you ever just ask us a question, like answer our question without asking a question? Because the person asking the question is the one that leads the conversation. But you can't lead the conversation correctly if you don't let people tell you their problem. So hi, my name is Wendy Lovejoy with William S. Lovejoy Real Estate. We help people in, or whatever the name is that you put. We specialize in probate situations. We saw your name on a probate list and wanted to know if there's any way we could be of help to you, and then you let them speak to you. Don't give them a whole list of everything. And some of them will say, oh, I'm tired of getting all these calls. Again, if you have a list of 500 and you're sending out in text, an email, a postcard, a yellow letter, out of 500, if you did 500 in the next couple of weeks, whatever your process is, I have a very specific letter that I send out. I'm giving you the gist of it, but I'm not going to give you the specific letter unless you ask for it, and especially for the people that are in the Yellow Letter Mentoring program. But it's basically a lot of what I'm teaching you tonight. So you don't want to just say, that. And then you have to share some experience. If you don't have any experience, you want to connect with somebody that does. And this is one of the main reasons I suggest to people that you have to find a mentor. It does not have to be Wendy Lovejoy unless you feel Wendy Lovejoy can help you. But you need to find a mentor. Anybody that has done a deal that you haven't done, anybody that has done more deals than you. The reason you want to find that person is you want to use their experience when you're talking to somebody in a probate. If you've never done a probate, I don't know too many people that are going to trust you to be their test case, So, but if you can say, hi, I work with Mark, and Mark has done probates before, and we wanted to reach out to you. Or I work with whoever. I work with Wendy. I work with Anthony. I work with Jesus, whoever it is that has the experience. Because the other thing you want to understand is, as you're doing the process, things are going to come up you don't understand. You don't want to lose the deal because you didn't choose to have somebody mentor you and hold your hand. They're not going to hold your hand forever. Soon enough, you're going to be able to walk it out on your own. But when you're starting, pair up with somebody. It's better to get part of the pie than to get nothing, because you don't even have the experience when you try to go do it alone. And you don't even know how to connect. You can do it. I'm not telling you you can't. You can do it, but I can only teach you what I've learned. And I've always connected with somebody that knows more in whatever area I'm trying to master than I do. And not just knows, but have done more. And so you definitely, even if it's your first deal and you don't know how to communicate, have somebody you can say, I do it with this person. This is another reason you want to get a list together, a list of people that you can say, this is my realtor. This is me. We did a training before of the people you need on your team, and you want to focus on that team. The scripts are going to do you no justice if you don't have the team together, because part of the script is you have to be able to say you have a team. Now, if you have somebody mentoring you that has done the deal, or if you have somebody that you're partnering up that has had the experience, that person has more of a team than you have, and they'll give you access to their team. So you want to consider that. And then now next time you can say, oh, wow, I took a probate from beginning to end. And because the person's in a situation, they don't always close on time. I've had some probates that closed right away, and it's because the attorney that I use in New York, he's so aggressive. I've worked with him. He's my number one go-to attorney in New York. And I have 4 of them that I work with in the New York area. But this one, I've known him from the first week I started in real estate. You know, when I first opened up my own real estate office, not when I was an agent, but when I became a broker, I've been connected, you know, working with him since then. So you want to build that team because you're going to need it. Some people are going to ask you, well, what are you going to do with the house? Now, you don't want to start trying to go find a realtor so they could list the house for you. And then you don't want a realtor that's going to list the house but never communicate with you, you know, or they say, you know what, I can't tell you anything because you're a real estate investor and blah. You want, again, to invest the time and build your team. And again, if you don't have a team, find somebody that has a team and jump on board. Not only will it help you by doing that and put you in the same playing level they're on already, when I got access to Mike Ferry, it opened up that level of playing field for me. When I got access to the best broker in Queens at that time, when I had one broker one time, it opened up that level of playing field. Now, it also opened up the attorneys they knew, the other realtors that respected them, the contractors. And if you can't find contractors, one of the things I do, there's so many apps right now. There's Thumbtack and, you know, Angel's List. There's so many apps right now. If you have a property, your own property, and something goes wrong, you can put something in, you can say, I'm looking for a contractor, and then 5-10 will call you and work with the one that has experience and the one that you feel good rapport with. Because you're building your team and people that work with you and respect working with you. So this is part, again, of your script. We have, you know, over 28 years of experience in the real estate industry. We have an amazing team. We can help you with access to every part of your real estate issue, or, you know, just simply share information with you if there's information you need to know and you don't have access to. And you always want them to share, you know, and then if it's as they're sharing, you also want to ask, like, give them a list of who you have access to. We have attorneys, we have, you know, contractors, we have cleaning crews, we have handymen, we have garbage people, removal people, whatever you may need, we can help you with. We can handle every part of it because we have a huge team of people that are just as experienced in the industry. So you want to keep letting them know it's not just you. You're not the only face that can help them. And that makes a difference. So one of the things, the lady that started referring her family to me, she asked me that. She said, you know, other people have already approached me. And she was an elderly lady. And she's like, other people have already approached me. And what, you know, I know I'm not going to make it through this. And I want to get this done before, you know, or get the house ready to sell, because I want to make sure I've chosen everybody, because they're telling me I'm going to pass away within the week. So I want to get this done. Well, you know what? She didn't pass away, but she asked me, like, who's on your team? Attorneys are going to ask you, what have you been able to do? Who do you know? You know, and who do you have? And what is your selling game plan? That's what they want to know. How are you going to get rid of this property if I put it in your hands? Because I need the money now. So have a selling strategy in place. One of my agents that's said to me, you know, I gave him a list. He worked the list, and he said, the people are asking me, like, what is my selling game plan? I said, well, what do you think your game plan should be? So I could see how much he already knows already. So people are going to ask you this stuff. What is your game plan? And then you want to ask them, for this particular real estate issue, have you chosen somebody already? Have you chosen an investor? Because we can pay cash, we can close very quickly, or we can give you a traditional retail sale where we list the house and put it on the market. And to do that, we want to make sure we have access to the property. So we want the key to make it so that we don't have to keep bothering you. Or if somebody's living in the house, what is the best times that we can show or get access to the house? You want to ask all these questions up front, because you don't want to get a probate deal or a foreclosure deal and you can't even get into the property. It's going to eat up your time from getting other investors to come see the property. And you also want to get pictures of the property so that it makes it easier. Can you tell me what part of the process, of the probate process, are you at right now? And some people will say, we haven't even gotten started, or we're still looking for the will, we're still looking for the deed, or we found an attorney, we've chosen an attorney, or, the attorney told us to find somebody, or we haven't chosen an attorney. Yeah, but whatever part they're at, you want to know, because now you need to, it'll tell you how much time you have to work with them. Can you give me some details about the property? If they're married and they've lived in the home and the spouse died, I say, can you tell me about the home? And you'd be surprised how many people reach out before the other one dies. I've had elderly reach out to me and say, my husband has cancer. I really want to sell the house before he passes away so he can see that we've downsized and I'm going to be okay. So people come and they'll share with you like their really sad situations. And so if they're married and they're still living in the house, I say the home. If they're not living in the house, I don't want them to be so attached to it. So then I say the property. So your dialogue and the words you choose are very, very important. They're very, very important. And you want to ask them, do you need an attorney? Do you need an attorney? Some people have not chosen an attorney yet. They don't even know what to do. So you want to ask that. If they say no, you can say, well, you know what? I have a couple of attorneys I can refer to you. What are you looking for? Like, what would you need your attorney to do? Do you want an attorney that's going to update you quite a bit, give you a call, or do you want somebody that's going to give you more, emails, or you want to get a feel? Because if you're dealing with somebody who's high profile and very busy and got a lot on their hands, or they're not going to want to just sit there and get every detail. They're going to want every detail. So that's very important that you choose the right attorney for them. Excuse me. And you also want to refer an attorney that's going to communicate with you. When I work with attorneys, it's somebody that if I text them even on their day off, they're answering me. Some of my attorneys allow me to text them after midnight, and then they respond whenever, but you build those relationships. And then you want to ask them, what condition is the property in? What kind of condition is the property in right now? Does it need any work? And if it does, are we going to be able to do the work up front? Are you looking to sell it as it is? Or do you want us to do any repairs before we, help you do some repairs before we put it on the market so you can end up walking away with more money in your pocket? Which do you prefer? You always want to ask questions. I gave a statement, then I asked a question, and then I wait for the answer. You never want to ignore the question. You want to wait for the answer. Okay, what condition is the home in? Good, fair, poor. What does it need work? Are you the executor or the executrix? Or are you the administrator? Or do you just have power of attorney? You want to ask all these questions because sometimes people think they're the executor and all they have is power of attorney to do very limited stuff. And when you start putting these letters out, you'll meet some people that say, oh, no, you know, I'm in the house. My grandmother had the house, but she's not passed away yet. But she is no longer capable of anything. Now you want to get them in front of an attorney right away. And that's why the main things that you need on your probate team are attorneys that you can communicate with, real estate people you can communicate with, lenders that you can communicate with, and a mentor that's going to guide you through it if you have not done enough of them yourself. And then you also want to ask, what price do you think this property is going to get? Or what price were you looking for from the home? Because most people nowadays, they'll go online and say, Zillow says my house is worth this and my house is worth that. You know, after you get over the small talk of how you found the property, which list you got it on, and that it is public records that they are, you know, are in a probate situation, then you want to ask all these questions because you need to have information. And I usually, before I ask the questions, I'll let them know. I'll say, you know, first of all, feel free to call me Wendy. Now, in the South, they'll always call me Miss Wendy. So I'll say, you know, if you call me Miss Wendy, I'm going to have to call you Miss Pat. And so sometimes they'll say, no, call me Pat, whatever. So that's the small talk. And so then after that, I let them know, I'm going to be asking you a lot of questions, but I'm not asking you to be nosy or to be insulting. I'm asking you so we can handle this probate situation in a manner that it's going to help you the best. So if a person doesn't want to know all the details, you would say to them when you're saying that, my team and I are going to handle your probate situation so that you don't have to answer a lot of questions. We're doing everything now so I know how to handle the game plan that best fits you. But if they say, I need all the information, then you let them know, listen, as we're asking you all these questions just so that I can, you know, put a game plan together. As we're moving along, I'll keep you updated. How do you prefer to be updated? Do you want me to call you? Do you want me to text you? Do you want me to email you? Because you got to look at yourself as a doctor and you're solving a health issue. And a doctor wants to know, what's the phone number we can get you? Do you want, now people are even emailing. So you want to get all those questions answered. And you want to know who they are in this process. I had one situation where it was the eldest sister and she thought she was in charge of the property. Come to find out that her younger sister, the will had been changed and left to her younger sister. So now I told her, I said, no, you got to put me in touch with your younger sister. And well, we don't speak. I said, no, we need to speak in this situation because we cannot resolve it. If you do not put me in touch with her, she's going to choose somebody else. And if you and her are not getting along, I doubt you'll get what's due to you. What is her number? So again, I'm teaching you the concept. I make a statement, I ask a question, what is her number? And then I waited for her and she gave me the number and I called her sister. She didn't respond. So I texted her and she finally responded. And then we met and I had her sign the stuff that her older sister did not have the privy to sign. But I had to let her know that I'm working for the best of all of you. And if you're in charge, I can only do what makes sense to you. So now she knew that I was in line with her, even though the sister that didn't get along with her introduced us. So that's the main thing. What price are you looking for the home? The lady had a price in mind already and it was way overpriced. So I said to her, I said, ma'am, for us to get that price, I promise you, these are the things that you have to do. Are you willing to update the kitchen? Are you willing to put new floors in? We walked through the house and then I said, for the price you're looking for, let me show you. This house got this price because of this. Look, it's been updated. Are you willing to update it? And she said, yes, I have $30,000 in another account. I'll put it into this because I think I want the most money back. So then I had to get her contractors to come out and do the work. And so I got my team because I knew they'd update me as the work was going on. So those are the things you want to, ask. So once they give you the price, then you want to ask them, would you like me to sell the property for you, or would you like me to buy it for cash and we can close faster? Which makes more sense to you? Are you looking to sell it as is, or are you willing to do the repair so that you can get more value for the property? How can I help you at this very moment? Now, everything I asked you is on this sheet. So if you want it, you can send me a text and I will send you a picture of it. And on this particular scripts for the probate, I have it where we do ask about their probate situation, or we just communicate and then we don't ask. But again, I wanted you to get the concept. Very, very important. So now the main thing is to put something out there for them to talk to you, for them to call you back. You want to go fishing for probate situations, so you got to put some stuff out there. And I would encourage you, try your best to get a list of close to 500. You may start with 100 names. You may start with 50, but build that list and keep working it, keep sending stuff out. And, you can always ask me, you can say to me, this is what I said, this is what they said, this is what I did, this is what they did. And I'll guide you to the best of my ability, and I'll guide you based on what I know. But if I don't know the answer, I know a lot of people I can go ask. I'm encouraging you, master the art of scripts and dialogues. And the reason I do script sheets is because in the beginning, I want you to study it verbatim. That means word for word. Years ago, my older brother Duke and my younger sister, my mom put us in an acting class because she just didn't want us to be, idle on the weekend. And so when we went to the acting class, they said, study your script word for word. And when you come back in, then we'll let you, act it out word for word. And then you can add in your own personality. Remember, I'm giving you a script based on my experience for years and years and years and what has worked. So you got to study the script verbatim, and then you add in your own personality. Don't try to change the game and you haven't even played in it yet. So make sure you study it word for word. And again, I'm not here to make it difficult for you. I'm trying to make it the easiest possible. So your 5 money-making activities. Finding motivated sellers, making sure they're motivated, not testing the waters, not holding out, but they got to be motivated. Putting a game plan or a marketing system so that you're always attracting them to dial you, to call you. You're not always looking like trying to find them. So you need to get a team of people. You need to get your own bird dogs. Who do you know right now that can go and start looking for people for you that might have a probate situation? What attorney can you reach out to? What real estate agent can you reach out to? What other investors that deal with probate that you can reach out to? So you want to keep your name in the forefront of people that are doing what you're looking to do, so you can learn from them and they'll hold your hand and show you how they do it. And, your first deal, be willing to take a little bit less to partner up with somebody. But if you want to do it all by yourself, then go for it. I find the shortest way to get the check is to find somebody who's gotten the check before me so they can show me how to get the check too. And again, who you might have a friend already. Where do we pull probate lists? Well, I'm sorry, who is that just asked me that question? Where do we get the probate list? You can get it online. You can purchase the list. You can do the work yourself to do the list, to get the list, or it's cheaper to invest in finding the list. But who just asked me that? Because I don't see your name on it. I just see Facebook user. The names that are showing up are Mark, Jesus, and let me see if any other name shows up for me. Those are the two that are showing up right now. But anyway, you know, that's the way. You know, take a couple of dollars. If you have, let's say, $500 to start your real estate investing game, I would not start with the scripts. You know, if you want to be mentored for it, then I would choose the scripts program on the Yellow Letter Mentoring page. And that program is $497. And we give you 50 names a week until you have 500. If you're really focused on doing the work, we give you 100. So that you do you're doing it. But we also show you step by step how to learn how to build your own list in the beginning. We want you to learn how to get in the game, to put in the sweat equity in the game. Real estate to me is not a get quick rich type of business. You might luck out because you know people and somebody has a real estate problem. But if you don't want to be mentored and you just want this script right here, I'll give it to you. And of course you, Abdullah, what, you know, of course I'll give you the script. You're in the program. So, you know, people, make sure you are building a list, build a list. It's good to learn how to get the list. Reach out to people, reach out to attorneys. We're hearing somebody passed away. We're hearing people have passed away. Reach out to those people. One of the things I learned from the Carlton Sheets era, I didn't understand the box, but one thing I learned from him is when you see every Sunday or every Wednesday when they listed this person just passed away, when they list all these names, don't be afraid to send them a postcard or a letter or a yellow letter, or to reach out to them. Some people, it's very easy to skip trace their information and to find them, to look up their information and find them so that you can reach out to them with a phone call, a text, but reach out to them. Because again, if you're doing at least 500 a month of your marketing, somebody is going to contact you. And once they call you, it's much better than you trying to find people that are not going to call you. It's a different way that people are approached when you get them to call you. And that's why you go fishing, so that you putting bait out there for people to reach out to you. And so that's what I want you to get. But the script is very, very easy, but learning the concept. And that's why I wanted to do a role play for you guys. But I put in the group, anybody want to role play with me? And nobody gave me a raise their hand. We can do this again next month, next week. If somebody wants to be on the other end, and I'm not afraid of the people that want to, you know, play the tough seller. I'm not afraid of you. So, you know, it's always best to teach people with an easy seller so they feel comfortable, and then you go from there. Not everybody is nasty in this situation, but they feel like they're going through something and they just want to be helped. They just want to know you care. That's the main important thing. Look presentable, have your caring heart on you, and you know, be consistent. Be consistent. Keep reaching out to them. And reach out to them in different ways, phone call, text, emails, you know, different ways. I've had some people where I literally sent them some chocolates, or I sent them some money. Yes, you can do that as well. In your local newspaper, the legal notices, you can do all of that. You know, those are ways to go for the leads, as Mark has put. And those are tougher to approach if you are going to just call them, but don't be afraid. It's best to start with those. And some of them are going to hang up, or some of them are going to take your mail. You know, don't send them a legal notice. Don't send them a regular envelope where they're going to look at it and be like, oh my God, you know, or they're going to throw it in the garbage. Make yourself stand apart. Even your postcard, make yourself stand apart. Do something different. Don't do what everybody's doing. You can put some of what everybody's doing, but what Mark is sharing with you is a great way to find people. But I feel for newbies, people just getting started in this, I want you to get in the mindset of being willing to invest in even the smallest list possible. Even if you go to Melissa Data, you don't have to go to the Yellow Letter. But the way, if you reach out to people the very first time and you're afraid to communicate, it's going to be hard for you to talk to people that you just got their legal notices on, you know, when it's already hit public notice. You want to keep reaching out for other people. But he gave you a very good list there. Start with that list if you want to. Start with the legal notices. Start with the petition for probate. Start with the hardship. Start with all of those. All of those are really, really good. Those are people that are basically in the process of the probate. And I already gave you the training where we went over the steps of the probate situation. And, you know, be willing to master just talking to these people and being consistent. Because you're not the only person doing it. You're not the only person reaching out to them. But continue to reach out to them. Because all you want is one person to say, yes, I want to work with you. And even if you sat and you made these, you reached out to them and it took you 40 hours, which it won't, or you spent, you know, a few $100s to get the list, or to send them postcards, or to send them the letters, you still will make much more than that back. And you'll get experience. You'll get experience so that the next one is easier. And then you can look and see what worked for me. What do I still need to master? So you got the list. And again, Mark was very explicit on how you go get them. I learned that from Carlton Sheets, just looking at the paper, at the classified, the legal notices. Sometimes there's even channels that give you the local legal notices. I found properties just like that as well. And they'll share who passed away and what's going on. You know, it's so easy nowadays. You can even look at some of your Facebook posts. Friends are saying, I just lost my grandmother. I just lost my brother just passed away. You see pastors and other people. Don't be afraid to reach out to them. Hey, Mary, I'm your friend, especially if it's somebody you talk to a lot. Don't be afraid. One of my best friends put out there, my father just passed away, and I reached out to her to communicate, and then asked her, I'm in real estate, if there's any way I can guide and help you with that situation. So don't be afraid to look on social media and reach out. Add that to what Mark has already given you. I like to reach out first to the core influence, especially when you're new. And I learned that again. And then I'm going to close with this. When I first got into multi-level marketing, they said, first start with the 3 people that you know, the 6 people. So for me, they said 3 people. I said, let me double it. Let me find 6 people. And I got to the top of the totem pole faster in Georgia. And I had never done multi-level marketing. Same thing here. Start with your core influence. Who do you know right now that has a family member that's passed away, about to pass away, and they own real estate? Look on your own block. Look in your own zip code. Look in your county. Look at your list of friends. Who did you go to college with? Who did you go to high school with? Who do you go to church with? Who do you work with? Look at the people you have a relationship with. Who do you know? Who do your family know? Who, like your grandparents, what organizations do they belong? I haven't done it yet, but funeral directors may be. Yeah, they are. And with funeral directors, they have so much going on, Mark. Like right now, a lot of people, I've had people say to me, I'm really annoyed because, my family member is can't even have a real burial. They're cremating them. So funeral directors have drama going on right now. So when you approach them, have a solution to help them. Have a solution to help them. Ask them, what are they going through where you can be a solution to them? Because people are not going to give you stuff just because you asked. You want to say, here's the benefit to you in working with me. So figure out, even you, Mark, before you approach them, figure out what you can offer. Maybe you can offer them, if they give you all the people they know, a referral fee or something that you see as the issue. But you got to always, because people move by one thing that are in these situations. What's in it for me? How do I get this situation resolved? How can you help? And it could be as simple as you making some masks and going to deliver it, or you ordering enough disinfectant online that you go get it to them. But always be looking to be a solution. Talk to nurses. They're especially ones that are working in this situation right now. Talk to nurses, talk to doctors, talk to specialists. Don't limit yourself. Talk to everybody. That's why you want to have your 30-second commercial, your 1-minute commercial where you say, this is who you are, this is who you help, this is how you help them. And you notice that they're in this industry. Number one, we salute you because you're helping a lot of people, and I just wanted to make it easier for you. I know when people pass away, they go through a lot. Who do you know that I could be helpful to? So there's so many places to find this stuff. And I know a lot of you want to do the work. So schedule time to, start reaching out to people. I hope this has been helpful. We went over an hour. My goal was to do 30 minutes. So I hope you really got something out of this that you're going to work. And again, feel free to text me, 404-573-0027. Feel free to text me and ask me, and I'll be able to help you. And if you want the script that I used tonight, I'll be happy to share it. And then you can add. This is like my least, least content script. It's just got enough information for you to start talking to people, for you to master some questions, and you can make copies of it. And thank you so much, Latif. He said, this is more than good. Way to go. Is that a he? Well, if you're a she, please make sure you tell me, because I don't see your picture here. But make sure that, guys, just reach out to people. I promise you the money's out here. You gotta put yourself out there. And if you are just deciding to stay at home, reach out to people online. Your family, somebody in your family's passed away. Somebody in your family knows somebody who's about to pass away. Reach out to them and let them know, my mom looks out for me, and she always looks out. Even if people in church are talking about if there's an event going on, family members, my nieces and nephews look out for me. So you gotta just put the word out there and be consistent. Tell yourself, I'm going to put in the time to do this. And so with that being said, everybody, again, text me if you need my help. I am here to help you. I have a team of people willing to help you. And we're not trying to sell you. I don't force you guys to buy my programs. I don't want to work with everybody. If you don't think I'm the person to work with, then I'm not. But if you think I'm here to just give you information, I have people that reach out. I have people that get signed up right away. And I have some, Abdullah, okay. And then I have some people that, get started right away. Whichever you are, I am here to help you. Reach out, but do the work. I promise you, you got to be consistent. Give yourself at least 90 days. People that will tell you can get a check today. That's not true. There's too many other people doing what we're doing. Too many. And some of them have no clue what they're doing. You got to be consistent. And don't forget, some of these are good deals for you to buy, hold, and rent out. Okay? Talk to you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. Abdullah, talk to you soon. And everybody else, Mark, thank you for your help tonight. As always, I appreciate you and everybody else that joined us. Bye, guys.